Goats, 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 Goat City.
Hey everybody, today Teacher Tess, Hey everybody, today Teacher Tess is going to teach us about worms. Worms are super cool. Did you know that a lot of the systems in their bodies are similar to the ones in our bodies? Who would have known?
Hello, I'm so glad you made it. As I was just digging in my garden, I found something incredible. Come take a look. An earthworm. I'm happy I found this earthworm for a lot of reasons, and I'll tell you why. Earthworms can teach us a lot about anatomy, the parts that we're made out of. Take Sam here. Sam has a front end, or an anterior, and he's got a back end, called a posterior. He's also got the top side, which is a little bit darker so it blends in the soil, and it's called his dorsal side. And the bottom side is a little bit lighter, and that's called the ventral side. What else can Sam teach us? Well, earthworms are part of the annelid phylum, which means they are segmented. See all these hoops around Sam? Those are his segments. Sam has 7 systems that we can talk about today. Sam's got a circulatory system, and their circulatory system is closed, which means it's kept in vessels, just like ours. Instead of one heart, earthworms have 5 pseudo or fake hearts that pump their blood away from the heart in arteries and to the heart in veins. Again, just like humans. They also have capillaries that help get blood outwards, just like we have. The second system we're going to talk about is the nervous system. Just like we have a brain, earthworms have something called a ganglion, and they have a main nerve cord that signals down when an earthworm wants to move or when they want to grind their food up in their gizzard. What's a gizzard? Great question. Earthworms' third system is their digestive system. So that starts with their mouth. You can tell the mouth end of an earthworm by finding this little band called a clitellum. There it is. And the end that's closer to the clitellum is the mouth. They actually don't just use their mouths to eat. There's a flap that covers their mouth called a prostomium. They use this to sense light and darkness and to sense moisture. Just like our goats use their mouths to explore things, earthworms do this too. Earthworms eat soil. It goes into their mouth, it's stored in their crop, it gets ground up in their gizzard, and then it goes through their intestine, out through their anus. By the end of this process, the soil has more nutrients in it, thanks to the worm. Just like we breathe and need oxygen, earthworms do too. But they don't breathe through their mouths. They breathe through their skin. That's why if you've ever touched a worm, they feel a little bit slimy. That coating allows for an exchange of gases, so the earthworm can absorb oxygen. Our 5th system is the muscular system. Earthworms have a long muscle that goes all the way down their bodies, and then they have circular muscles that are on each and every one of their segments, so that they can wiggle their way through soil. Can you wiggle like a worm? The excretory system. All living things need to get rid of waste, and the way that worms do is by expelling something called castings. Castings are what makes soil very rich. Sam has one more system, the reproductive system. This is something that's really cool about earthworms. They're not male or female, they're both. So right here you can see Sam's thick band. And in order to reproduce, to make baby worms, Sam will meet another worm and join at that band. They are then both able to produce a cocoon full of eggs that slides off over the top of the worm. and that will be laid in the dirt to later hatch baby worms. And those are the 7 systems of a worm. Thanks, Sam. So next time you see an earthworm in the dirt, before you say ew, remember how much they have in common with you. And remember to thank them for all the nutrient-rich soil that they've made to help grow all of the plants around us. Thank you for joining Sam and I today. Now I'm going to put him back in the soil so that he can make my plants continue to grow. Bye.
Thanks, Teacher Tess. That was so cool.